Hey guys, it's Molly. Today I just wanted to make a quick video for you about my Rook piercing and kind of what I went through with that, and hopefully give you guys a good idea of what it's like to have your Rook pierced, and yeah, so let's get into it. First I want to talk to you about my experience with the piercing. I went into a tattoo parlor and they asked for my ID, and I was a minor, so my dad had to be with me and he needed his ID, and everything went smoothly. I had to fill out a form. I didn't pick my jewelry. She just pierced me with, I guess, what she had, and it was just a silver barbell. It didn't, it was good. And then, like I said, my dad went with me and we went into this room and I had to lay down, and she went ahead and pierced me, and a pain level on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd give it about a 3.5 out of 5, which isn't bad if you think about it. The pain wasn't for a long time and my ear did bleed. It, like dripped down, and but other than that, it wasn't even I mean, it doesn't hurt. I tell this to everybody who asks me. It doesn't hurt any more than you'd think that it would. Oh, for those of you who don't know, your rook is the little chunk of, well, it's kind of a thick chunk of cartilage right here. You can probably see my ring. And I'll just describe to you how they do it really quickly. They take a needle, and it's called a threaded needle, and it's not, like sewing. They take a threaded needle, and what that means is that it has a piece of jewelry screwed onto the end of it, so it looks like this with a ball at the end. And what they do is they pierce it all the way through your ear, and so that they pull the jewelry through, and then they unscrew the needle from the jewelry and screw the ball on. So it's all one swift motion. They didn't push a needle in and pull a needle out and push a piece of jewelry in and then screw it on. It was all, one swift motion. So that's kind of relieving. Yeah, like I said, scale of 1 to 5, about a 3. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about aftercare. Aftercare, after you have your piercing, they tell you at the piercer what you're supposed to do. They probably are going to try to sell you something, but I didn't buy anything from my piercer. What I did was I would take little shot glasses and I'd fill them full of warm water and sea salt, like full to the brim, and then, here, I'll show you with this candle. I would put the sea salt and water in there, and then I'd put it over my ear like this, and I would just sit here for a good period of time, probably 3 to 5 minutes. It felt like forever, and that's all I would do. And then in the shower, I would take some scentless, dye-less, antibacterial hand soap, and it's I don't remember the brand I use, but it's just clear and doesn't have a scent. I got it at the grocery store, and I would put a little pea-sized amount on my finger, and then I would just get in there with my finger and scrub it around, and then I'd take the shower head, I'd pull the shower head off and spray it down. So it's pretty easy to take care of it afterwards. That was not a big deal at all. And then healing time. They tell you when you have it pierced, it can take anywhere between 3 months to a year, and mine was more towards the year end of things. I think it probably was close to 9 months at least, but that doesn't mean it was hurting for the entire 9 months. It just was sore if I bumped it or if I slept on it, and not for long. I could touch it and it would hurt, and then I'd pull my finger off and it wouldn't hurt, so stuff like that for probably about 9 months. I would wiggle it around. I don't think you're supposed to, but I would, and I'd pull the little crusties off that I was having, and I don't think you're supposed to do that either, but I did. And it healed. I've had it for about 1.5 years, maybe a little more than 1.5 years, and yeah, and it healed probably after 9 months. And then about a month ago, I got, the infamous cartilage piercing bump, and I'll talk about that just a little bit later. I want to talk to you about having the jewelry changed. Now, when I had the jewelry changed, I went back into a tattoo parlor, not the same one that I had the Rook pierced at, because that parlor had since closed down. So I went into a different one, and I bought the jewelry there, and they charged me like $5 or less to have it changed. So the whole transaction was less than $20 for sure. I think it was around $15 for, you know, a piece of jewelry and to have it changed, because I couldn't have changed it by myself. The ball, it's just in such a weird crevice. I know some people are able to, but I was not touching it. So I had it changed. It went well. The guy there, he seemed like he had no idea what he was doing, but we got the jewelry in eventually, and it was a little bit sore because I had it changed from a barbell, which is a curve like this, to a horseshoe, which is a curve like this. So of course that's going to stretch the hole in a way that it's not familiar with. But it wasn't harsh. It didn't, you know, it didn't hurt that bad. It was a little bit sore. It did, you know, it was sore. It was red. But all in all, the jewelry change wasn't hard. It was fairly inexpensive and fairly painless. Now I'm going to talk to you about the bump. I got the bump about a month ago. It's, you know, it's the evil, dreaded cartilage piercing bump that, you know, is super common for people who have, I know, nose piercings get it, tragus piercings get it, rook piercings get it, and helix piercings like this get it. Or really any piercing that goes right through your cartilage has a chance to get the bump, and what it results from is not cleaning your piercing as well as you should. So what I did was I thought my piercing was done and healed, and then I stopped cleaning it. And really, it's still an open wound, I guess, but, you know, it didn't hurt, so I didn't feel like I had to clean it, but I really should have been cleaning it. So I got the bump, and I'll show it to you. It's not very cute, but there you can see it. It's right there. That's a cute angle, huh? So that's the evil bump, and it's actually been going down a lot. I know it doesn't look that great, but it has been going down a lot, because what I do is I take tea tree oil, which I got at my local grocery store. I take a Q-tip, dip it in, and then put it on the bump. Every time I go to sleep, I put it on there. And it's been drying it right up and taking it away. And what a lot of people misconstrue about these types of bumps are they think that it's a keloid bump, and it's not. If you have a keloid bump, you'll know because it's hard scar tissue. And this, this is a little bit nasty, but if it's squishy, if it oozes, if you feel like you could pop it with a needle, it's not a keloid. It's definitely not a keloid. So, don't panic, it'll go away. Keloids don't go away because they're actually hard scar tissue, and these kind of bumps do go away. So don't panic. That's that. So that's really all I have to that's really all I have to say for you guys. If you're thinking about getting your rook pierced and you have been thinking about it for a while, I would definitely recommend doing it, because like it's just, you know, a minute of pain and then it's over, you know, and then you have a really pretty piece of jewelry in your ear and it's cool. People will ask you about it all the time, and it's not really annoying if you don't mind answering their questions. So yeah, people will ask you about it. It's really unique. I think it's pretty cute. That's, I guess, why I got it. So, you know, if you're thinking about it, I would recommend it. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with, but I think it's pretty cute. So, yep, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day.